So what does it take for you to be successful as an out-of-state investor? You're going to have to make sure, one, that you choose a good team. You want to make sure that you've got recommendations from other people who are in the industry that give you team members that are already been vetted. You want somebody who's got experience in managing the type of asset that you have. So if you're looking for a multifamily asset, call it 20 units, you need to get recommendations of property managers that are buying or managing 20 unit properties. Don't try to get a property management company that manages, 10,000 unit portfolio and expect them to manage your 20 unit effectively. You also want to make sure that you have the same type of class of properties that your property management company will be used to managing. So if you're managing something that is, say you buying an A class property in a gray area, and you're hiring a property management company that primarily manages C class property, they're not going to be as adequate with coming up with the right marketing schemes, the right way to attract tenant bases, because they're not used to that asset. And you want to find somebody that's used to managing your type of asset. So if you're buying an A class, you want an A class property management company. If you're buying a C class, you want a C class property management company. Now, I focus heavily on the property management company because they're like your number one rock star. They're going to be the one to take care of your baby, right? That's your asset is your baby, and your property management company is going to be the one to take care of them for you. Once you get them in place, now in order for you to succeed as an out-of-state manager, you have to set the tone early, which means that you have to let them know what you expect, and then you have to follow up on your expectations on a consistent basis. What does that look like? It usually looks like weekly calls, at a bare minimum at the beginning, right? Maybe once you get things streamlined and you got processes going, you can scale that back to maybe bi-weekly, maybe even once a month once things are taken care of. But in the very beginning, you got to set the tone to let them know that, hey, even though I'm an out-of-state investor, I'm very active in managing my property so that things don't slide. That management process on that weekly call, you want to be asking how many units are vacant, how many units are rented, how many units are being renovated, how long is it taking for those renovations to happen. You want to know who's late on your property, who's delinquent, who's being evicted. These are just a few what I call KPIs, key performance indicators, that you want to be checking with on a consistent basis so that your property manager knows that, okay, this owner is paying attention to his property or her property, and that they are going to hold me accountable for what we're doing. In the very beginning, I look at every line item and ask, what's this? How much is it? And why are we charging it? You want to make sure that even if it's not necessarily something that you want them to take off or not charge for, you just want to put that impression in their head that, hey, he's looking or she's looking at every line item of this property report that they'll give you. So when they give you the property report, it'll say, hey, this is how much you pay for utilities, this is how much you pay for administrative costs, etc. You want to go through that line item by line item and ask, what's in that cost? Why are we paying that much? One thing that happened for me is we were paying maybe I want to say like $250 at a property on telephone costs, right? And even though for the size of the property it was relatively small, but I don't want to pay $250 for anything. I don't want to overpay for anything. So you want to talk with your property management company on a regular basis. Make sure you ask questions. Make sure you analyze your numbers. And that is what's going to help you succeed as an out-of-state investor. If you like this information that I'm sharing, if you have any questions, comments, please drop them below in this video. Let me know your thoughts about it. I'll talk to you later.